In this video, I'm going to attempt to survive days 25 to 50 in hardcore Minecraft. This is the second video of the series, so if you haven't seen the first, I recommend you do so. Before getting into the video, I'd like to let you know we're on the road to 100 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Well, apart from that, let the next 25 days begin. I started off day 26. We had a visitor from Wandering Trader. I've always found these guys useless enough as they didn't give much decent trades, so I decided to slaughter him. I had also found a lot of horses close to my base, but I didn't have any saddle yet, so I couldn't be able to properly ride one, unless I went bareback, but I didn't want to risk having any more kids. I decided it was time to enchant another pickaxe. Silk Touch was the goal, but we didn't get it. But I did fortunately get a fairly decent enough pickaxe with efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3. This will come in handy as we go strip mining, and I will carry out a lot of it. For the 14th time in the series, I went back down to the mines to do some more strip mining. This is already starting to get very tedious, but I knew it would be worth it when I get some shiny blue rocks. I quickly came across some skeletons in a dark cave. Sorry for not lighting up the video, I'm still new to videos and I don't know if the lighting's alright. First skeleton introduced me to his friend who was cracked.
Got Fortnite, my guy.
I came across many more veins of resources and I came across a huge vein of diamonds. I quickly mined them up. My inventory was quickly filling up because of the new Fortune 3 pickaxe, so I placed a few chests in my mines to store them. I randomly dug into the side of the wall of one of my mining strips and yet I found another huge vein of diamond.
Diamond!
We were quickly getting rich in this challenge. I was sick of it taking so long to get up and down the strip mine. I also decided to place some stairs which I could run up and down faster on. I knew I needed to upgrade my shovel as I knew I would be doing a lot of terraforming in the future. So on day 27 I decided to enchant a new diamond shovel. I was hoping to get a good trade this time and fortunately I got efficiency 4, which is exactly what I was looking for. My resource collection was slowly getting out of hand, so I decided to expand my chests. I knew that I'd have to make a storage system near in the future. I ended the day watching the sunset through the window of my bedroom. Although we 28 days played in the game so far, I haven't done any exploration, so on day 28 I ended out doing so. I crafted a compass and I decided to go and travel a few thousand blocks. Within 5 minutes I came across another village. This village was similar to the one I found in day 1, but it was a lot better looking. It was nice to know I had another access to a village in case I needed to do some trading in the future and I needed some villagers. I quickly looted the village and stole all their chests. I found my first emerald of many in the series. The village had quite a few chests and I found my first saddle also. I also come across some potatoes and carrots. I could use these to breed my pigs in the future and I was delighted when I found them. As everyone does, I stole all their hay blocks from the village. I also found a very fine looking stallion which I claim as my own. I fed him some apples and I decided to call him your mom because I'd be riding him every day. After a long day of riding your mom, I stole the villager's bed and ended my day. This is another reminder to let you know we are on the road to 100 subscribers, so if you don't mind, consider subscribing. Thanks. On day 29, I continued to ride your mom all day until we found a jungle biome. I found a lot of bamboo which I collected. Bamboo was very handy as it grows super fast and I can make a lot of scaffolding out of it. I also found some watermelon inside of a watermelon.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's watermelon.
Watermelon is good for food, also is good for trading with villagers. I came across a small lake which had 2 turtles chilling.
I like turtles.
Took a screenshot of the coordinates because I wanted to come back in the future. I eventually arrived back to my base, planted some carrots and potatoes, and as an Irishman I love my potatoes. I placed a stonecutter and smoker. I didn't even know these were in the game. I felt like my base was looking a bit dull, so on day 30 I decided to start doing some renovating. I used my newly enchanted shovel and I crafted some paths around my base. I feel like this one small difference made a huge change to my base. I then once again built 50 blocks into the sky and I had a quick peek at my new paths. They look really good so far. I placed some hay blocks for decoration also. I don't know why, but I really like these kind of blocks. I spent the rest of the day bone mealing the grass and planting flowers around my house. It was finally starting to look like a home. I also fought off some mobs to get to level 30. Here's a small little montage because I heard FaZe was recruiting. On day 31 I knew it was time to try and take the game a bit more seriously. If I wanted to complete this challenge I'd have to be prepared, so I decided it was time to make fully diamond armor. I used exactly 24 diamonds and crafted up a chest plate, pants, boots and a helmet. I felt like I was indestructible at this point, even though I still wear a face mask. I continued on with decorating my base and added a bit of texture to my new paths. I used some cobblestone and some stone brick. This made my base even look more epic. The contrast between the grass and the stone was well needed. I used a random pattern and just stuck to it. I placed some stone brick half slabs on the stairs leading up to my house. I wanted to test my new diamond armor, so I fought some mobs. I got hit by a skeleton and didn't even take a heart of damage. And I also got blown up by a creeper and I didn't even take half damage. I wanted to do a lot of building in this world and I knew I'd need stacks upon stacks of wood, so I decided to make a small tree farm. It was a really basic design. I just put dirt blocks on the floor and put saplings on top. It was very effective as I didn't have to travel far to get loads of wood. I was going to need leaves in the near future, so I decided to craft a pair of shears and harvest a few stacks of leaves. There's something just satisfying about using shears in Minecraft and insta-mining all the leaves. I still had no storage room at this point, so I decided to place a few more chests in my front garden. For the first time so far in the 100 days I decided to feed my chicken. They've been floating on water for the last few days and I haven't got around them since day 10, so don't call animal welfare on.
Look at all those chickens.
End of the day I planted all my bamboo I harvested and I made a small farm out of it. I was interrupted by some phantoms. I didn't even know these things were in the game, to be honest. Like, they're so annoying, so I quickly used my quick scoping skills to YY no scope one of come out of the sky. Phase, where you at? Collected the phantom membranes they dropped, which will be used as slow falling potions in the future when I go to fight the Ender Dragon. I also did a small bit of terraforming and used my bed for the first time in a few nights. I did a small bit of inventory sorting in the morning of day 35. I had separate chests for my natural items, wood, stone, dirt, and other random box. There also was a chest for my valuables. I also extended the paths around my base, and I decided to build another farm. This time I would build a melon farm just beside my wheel. A large supply of melons would be very handy for trading with villagers in the future. I had to do some terraforming and changing up the land, but it was worth it. I placed all the melons that I collected from the jungle biome. I would need a fortune axe in the future to get more melons from just a regular axe. I say it again, but I'm so happy with how my base is turning out so far. A few small things added can really turn into from looking dull to pleasant. Finished the day, I went down to the village and fought off a horde of zombies. I got to level 30 once more. Day 36 is another one of those Minecraft days where not really much happened. I stole the bell from the villages and placed it outside my house. It was kind of random place for it, but I thought it kind of looked cool. I found your mom wandering around the tree farm, and by God does your mom love wood. I harvested my first watermelon from my farm. I relocated a few chests that were in the way of my footpath. I also moved my furnaces. I extended the footpath around my whole base, and for the 7th time I'll say it again, paths do make or break your base. Finally enchanted a diamond chestplate and got such a good enchantment. I got on breaking tree and protecting tree, so I went to sleep for the hope they would despawn. On day 37 I did some more terraform. I took out half the cliff that was in the middle of my safe area. I also need to extend it because it's all free real estate.
It's free real estate.
I broke my nether portal as it was in a bad location. I hate mining obsidian, it's so slow. I then planted the remainder of my seeds for the watermelon farm and called it a day. I cleared out another large area on day 38 as I wanted to use this as an industrial district in the future. I wanted to have a large villager breeder and have lots of automatic farms, kind of like Mumbo Jumbo's farm on the Hermitcraft server. I placed my nether portal in a new location for the hope of a better spawn than the last time. It literally was 5 blocks away from my old portal. I then continued on and claimed more free real estate and surrounded it with cobblestone walls. It always feels good when you claim a new piece of land as your own, as it just brings it together. Sadly I then broke my efficiency 4 shovel. I didn't think it would break this fast and I should have repaired it on an anvil. Finally lit up the new area I claimed, as no one wanted to guess would spawn there now. My safe zone was slowly becoming a safe city. I crafted my first ever diamond axe and another diamond shovel. I finished the day by working on the landscape and making it look as natural as I could. This continued into day 39. I again built up to the sky to see my base from a better perspective. I love looking at the comparison between each time as it feels like a load of progress has been made. I fed my cows for the first times in over a week. They nearly trampled me when I got into their pen, so I killed over half the population. I enchanted my shovel and got another decent enchantment on it. I got efficiency and fortune this time. Villagers from a few days ago had not despawned yet. They still were chilling outside the walls by my enchantment table. I think they had a little crush on me. Day 40 is the closest I've ever been to dying so far in this let's play. I went down to the mines and came across a cave. I was very confident because I had diamond armor and a diamond shield, so I took on a lot of mobs. There was only 3 or 4 zombies at first, but then I lost control of the fight. I was backed into a corner. I panicked and tried to build upwards, and all of a sudden there was 10 zombies and skeletons came out of nowhere and trapped me. I tried to hold up my shield, but they were hitting me harder than I could hit back. I eventually scrambled my way out to fight and got to cover. This is the closest I've been so far to dying this challenge, as I had only 2 or 3 hearts left. If I lost my world after putting this much effort into this stage, I had been heartbroken. I physically shook for this and needed to get off the game for a bit and try and recover.
We will get you next time, Pops.
So after a day had passed in the real world, I was prepared to head back on. Head down to the cave and did a bit of mining, and surprisingly found diamonds straight away again.
Diamond!
On day 41, I was determined to go into the nether. I destroyed my nether portal and travelled over 100 blocks in the real world to try and get a better spawn. I placed it down the top of a hill and I went through it, and it was even a worse spawn than I had before. I was on top of a lava lake. It was frightening because if a gas shot me I could have been fucked. No chance, and I went straight back to the overworld. On a brighter note, on day 42 I'd find my first wolves. I tamed them with some bones I got from skeletons. They were very easy to tame. I quickly bred them and brought them back to my base. I sat them down in front of my house and they'd be good guard dogs from the future. I then enchanted my diamond helmet and I got a fairly decent enchantment. I got protection on it, which would be unreal for explosions from creepers or any other mobs. I then found an abandoned ship frozen to the side of an ice cliff. I looted it, found some cards, and I found some leather armor. The armor wasn't very helpful, so I left it there. I found a small island and placed my nether portal again, hoping I would get a better spawn location. It was the 3rd time lucky and I spawned in a black stone biome. At least I think that's what it's called. If you know what it's called, leave a comment below. I mined lots of gold and quartz. The looting tree pickaxe was very OP and I got stacks upon stacks of gold and quartz. I then came across a structure of bone blocks and it looked like it said ID. I feel like I was going into a nightclub once again. I used the gold I collected and I started trading with some hoglins. I got quite a bit of loot from it. I spent a good time of the day doing this, and then I killed some magma cubes as their drops to come in handy for more potions. I surrounded my portal and made it into a small little base. I again used my quickscope skills on day 44 to fight off a ghast. He was no match for me. I collected loads of blown blocks as I thought I would get a lot of bone meal from these. I then again trapped another hoglin in a hole and I spent the rest of the day trading. I was quickly running out of inventory space, so I decided to leave the nether and head back home. On the way home I found an ocean monument. You'll have to stay tuned for the future episodes if you want to see me take on this. I also found my first abandoned nether port and I also found a second ocean monument. This could actually come in handy if I want wanted to make like a double spawner or something in the future. I arrived home on day 45 and I bred my dog straight away. This was starting to create a massive wool pack. After my long boat trip I also decided I need to build a dock to store my boats, so I built one just at the coast near my base. I used spruce blocks for the beams to support it and I filled in the floor with oak slabs. It was very simple but very nicely aesthetic design. It was a kind of pattern that matched my house. I finished it off by lighting the area up and adding some oak fences. On day 46 I spent the majority of the day placing stone walls and expanding my base. The perimeter was getting very big at this stage. My enchantment station finally got in the way, so on day 47 I decided to move it. I was building another path in this direction as I wanted to expand my base off this way. I spent the majority of the day terraforming and making the landscape look good. I worked into the night and protected my base and killed a lot of creepers and zombies.
Pops, you're too good at Minecraft. I think everyone should like and subscribe.
This continued into day 48. I was nearly ended by a creeper hiding below the dirt, but I quickly took care of him and his friend. I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed from the first video. At the time of recording this, I have 20 subscribers and I had over 250 views, so this is actually very good for my first video. So I'd love from this video if we could reach 50 subscribers, and if we could get a like goal of 50 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. My goal is to try and reach 10k subscribers by the end of 2021, so I feel like if we keep up with the videos this could really easily happen. I finally decided to craft an anvil and I repaired my diamond shovel. I worked well into the night, giving my land a bit of drip and decorating. It actually really worked out. Just like on the first part of the series, on day 50 I decided to build 50 blocks up into the air and see what we had accomplished. The base was looking really good so far and I was very proud of what we'd built. At this stage I couldn't wait to see what the base would look like at day 100.